Hi, I'm Moneca Delain. I play Janet in Trick or Treat, and you're watching Pop Culture with Pat.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Hey guys, welcome back to Pop Culture with Pat. I'm so excited to be joined by today's guests. Today I'm talking to Moneca Delain, who plays Janet in the film Trick or Treat. Monica, thank you so much for your time today.
It's absolutely my pleasure, Pat, honestly.
So
Love your
excited.
t-shirt again.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It's
So
amazing.
excited to talk to you about the film. One of my favorites. It's something that every year, pretty much since its release, something that I watch every single year for the season. Spoiler warning, just in case you guys haven't seen the film, but I imagine a lot of you guys have. But yeah, Monica, can you just talk about the initial audition process, what that was like, and did you know that you were going to be a werewolf?
Well, yeah, let's get into it. I we get sent sides, so one, two, three scenes for per audition. Our casting directors were Stuart Akins and Sean Cossey, just an amazing team. JJ Ogilvy is in there too. And well, Stuart's no longer casting, but yeah. So I miss him. He was based he was in the taping with me. Side by side, he would introduce, "This is Moneca Delain." Like he was very much like a James Lipton, very passionate casting director. So
Love that.
um, yeah, you would feel his support. And so I was called back for an in person with Mike Dougherty, of course, and he wanted me to improv, and we just played as Janet, of course. And he was so nice, and it was such a fun, room. Of course, being in a casting room can be nerve wracking, but yeah, I just felt really comfortable. And Mike set the tone even from the callback session. And we were not privy to the werewolf transformation until I read the script. So when I received the script, it was my very first watermarked script that I'd ever received. So I was like, you know, here we go. I sat down on my couch and it was very vivid because I had no idea the journey. I'd never read anything like this. I'd never seen a movie, like this with the four intertwining storylines. It was just full of imagination, horror, scary, funny. I love the elements of comedy so much, so
Oh yeah,
much
the dark
so.
comedy is great.
Oh yeah, like that mixture is awesome. And yeah, I don't know. Did that answer? Yeah,
Yeah,
we had oh the werewolf transformation. Yeah, that was just a huge surprise. And how empowering is that, right?
yeah. Oh yeah, the scene.
Um,
I mean, the scene was incredible. It's definitely one of the more talked about scenes that I see fans talk about
really.
for the movie,
Oh,
and I think the music and everything that just really adds to it as well. So what was like
yeah.
your reaction when you found out that you're going to be turning into a werewolf at some point in the film?
Just thought it was really exciting and again empowering as women. So you see these, young 20 something gals, of course, wearing the sexy costumes. And the audience will, believe what they want to believe, and the innocence, the
Looks to be deceiving.
naivety. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And then to have that twist, I think Michael was ahead of his time, and also just the interesting the mixture of us gals in our storyline. I mean, like ethnically, like our backgrounds were so diverse, and yeah, I just think Mike was ahead of his time, and yeah, that's
Oh,
pretty beautiful.
oh, for sure. No, it was amazing. And I correct me if I'm wrong, Monica, but I was like going
Yeah,
through your IMDb just to check to see if this was the case. Was this one of your
sure.
first experiences in the horror genre?
I mean, I guess it was technically my second because I think it was at least a few years prior. I had done a film. It was a straight to video film called Thralls, and I had so much fun. I played a half vampire, half human.
Love that.
And I worked with Lorenzo Lamas, who was so nice, and yeah, he was great and professional. And I had a hoot on that one too.
What was
But
your
yeah, that was
relationship with horror? Kind of before doing these two projects, what was your relationship? Were you a horror fan, or was it something that you're like, not so much for me?
I do love the horror genre, of course, and to be a part of it is exciting. And I have so much well, I've had a newfound respect for it because of Mike Dougherty, and his passion and his excitement, like kid in a candy store. Um, he's just a genius too. Um, but yeah, I mean the horror genre. I have to say, I'm going to admit something. I'm kind of a softie when it comes to.
That's
So
totally
I
fine.
would, or like with for Halloween movies, I grew up with, and I'm a product of the '80s, '90s.
Yep,
So it was like Hocus Pocus, E.T.
classics.
Okay, of course, I watched Halloween, the Halloweens. Couldn't get through The Shining.
That's
Could not.
understandable.
Oh my gosh, no, 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 no. And anything to do with like hauntings, I can't do it. But yeah,
Totally fair. Totally
yeah.
fair. Now, as far as this film goes, because I mean, one of the things, I mean, being a fan of Halloween itself, loving horror, I remember when this thing first got announced, I was just super excited to see it. And I remember, we didn't get it initially in theaters and ended up getting
Oh
pulled. And I
no.
was like, ah, come on. But it finally got its release. But can you just talk about how did the Halloween or the film's Halloween atmosphere help you guys get into the Halloween spirit? Because you had the costumes, the decorations, the lighting.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it was quite honestly during this time the leaves are falling. We filmed on the street in Vancouver called in the Dunbar area. There was an interesting thing that happened, and I'm sure someone else has talked about it probably, but like there was a massive windstorm, um,
Oh no.
and we were set to film the werewolf transformation, well, a lot of stuff in Stanley Park,
Oh wow.
which is downtown Vancouver, just massive park, massive forest. So, and we couldn't. And it was like 10-4, 10-4 situation. And they figured it out pretty quickly. And we ended up filming all of all of the stuff, campfire party in indoors in at North Shore Studios. So and you know what? I was actually thinking about it the other day. I'm like, thank goodness, because it would have been really cold for us in our little like outfits here,
Yeah.
parading around. So that actually saved our butts. It was a blessing in disguise, but probably kind of scary for production, to figure out last minute, right?
Yeah. No, I'm sure that must, I mean, you couldn't tell watching the movie. I assumed it would have been an outdoor shoot. So that's interesting to hear that you guys had to do that all inside. Mother Nature, it's like you never know what's going to happen, the next day.
And the magic of movie making, I don't think anyone would have a clue that it was all indoors.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully. And um, yeah, it was just so like again, Mike, going back to he absolutely set the tone with his absolute love of Halloween. His birthday is on October 28th. Uh, and so yeah, I gained even more respect for Halloween and of course
Oh yeah, we got Sam
the
right
rules,
there.
and just and celebrating it every year.
Yeah, it was
But
great to see it back in theaters recently. I saw it
oh,
on the 14th. They had a
so good.
special screening for it. I had
Yeah.
it in 4K, and it was pretty full theater.
Was it? Oh my
Yep.
God, that's amazing to hear.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And were people dressed up or?
Yeah, you had I had like my one of my Sam shirts on. My girlfriend, she had like a Sam jacket of like sorts, a hoodie. It's like the hoodie is Sam's
I've seen it.
mask. So she's got that. So yeah, people were wearing their trick or treat garb but yeah, it's just I mean I'm sure for
Oh,
you guys
wow.
too that worked on the film where it didn't get that initial release. I'm sure you guys
Wow.
seeing where the film is at now all these years later must be so exciting for you guys.
Absolutely. Like 100%, 110%. It was like I think the moment I like seeing all the merchandise grow over the years as well at Spirit Halloween and um seeing the what is it, the Halloween what is
Oh,
it? The
Horror
Halloween
Nights.
Horror Nights at
Yeah,
Universal Studios and seeing other actors in our, in the costumes of like the Disney, us, our like the gals in the our storyline of the
yeah.
Disney princesses or whatever. Um, and oh, which I happened a little side note thing too. I was originally supposed to be, or Janet was supposed to be Snow White
Oh, okay.
in
That's
the
fun.
original script, and then it was changed to Little Bo Peep, which worked because I mean, how ridiculous was Janet, right? She was in her own other world, another world, and so like to have the staff, which was brilliantly rigged by our props guy Kurt Brunn. He thought of that idea, and I just fell in love with it straight away. That's absolutely something Janet would have done.
I love
Oh,
that. That's cool that because again, I love those little like tidbits behind the scenes information
yeah,
where
there's
you
a
were originally
lot.
supposed to play or have that costume, I should say.
Yeah, which initially I was disappointed that I wasn't going to be Snow White, but then when it just, and then we worked with Trish Keating, who was our costumes queen, and she just had so many phenomenal ideas. She had a bonnet, she had that little the pink ribbon that was chosen in the end. But what a collaboration, whether it was with, hair and makeup, props, costumes. I mean, I was really dealt the Wheel of Fortune card when it came to the caliber of talent. I mean, with Brian Cox,
Oh yeah,
um,
great cast.
Dylan Baker, who's sweet as pie, uh, Anna Paquin. What a wicked sense of humor she has. I so enjoyed that throughout the production. And us gals, with Rochelle, she's sweet, and so is Lauren. Lauren is so quick to laugh as I am, like, and just really nice people. Not only talented but kind, and we had so much fun every day on set. And Mike would have moments of like, creeping up slowly and like scaring people every other day at
Prankster.
least. Yeah. Yeah.
And I
So
was gonna,
that also
speaking of
helped.
that too, I was gonna say, Monica, like, can you talk about the working with
Sure.
the girls and just developing that relationship and friendship that they have in the film?
Well, we did hang out a few times outside, outside of set, but yeah, the I think the rapport was pretty instant. We're all very different, but I'd like to think it was a complementary dynamic, of sorts between us. The main thing was that we had so much fun and that we laughed a lot. We were very supportive. You just never know when you have actors coming together. It doesn't matter genders, it doesn't matter anything. It's just like, how is this going to work? How is it, your first day, you don't know how it's all going to come together and feel. You don't know what it's going to feel like. And again, I feel very fortunate that I had, because I worked primarily with Rochelle, Lauren, and Anna, that we were really super supportive of each other. It was like, yeah, yeah, you just did that. You just did that. Like, amazing.
Yeah,
There was never competition. There was never any ill feelings. It was just fun. And I think it was a really exciting set to be on. And again, Mike sets the tone, and we have an amazing EP as well. Alex Garcia was there, and very hands-on and lovely. So,
yeah, yeah. You love to hear that too, as a fan, hearing that. And I mean, it comes
oh,
across
good.
the chemistry with your characters on the screen. And we had, we kind of mentioned it a couple times, just the werewolf
Yeah.
transformation scene. Can you talk about the filming of that? Because I imagine there was a lot of prep as far as, contacts and shedding of the skin. And can you just talk about the prep and filming of that scene?
Yeah. So Bill Terazakis, he was well, helping us with a lot of that special effects. Then we had the fangs, we were fitted for fangs, we were oh gosh, we had wigs because it was like all of a sudden one day we show up to set and we're in the makeup trailer and everything is prepared. And then we even I remember seeing these actors in costume I mean, it wasn't quite animatronics. I think it was in the transformation, but they had our, like, the costumes they had the full regalia. And I was just in awe. What a production. Whoa, what a production. Um, but so Fangs, like, maybe it wasn't a wig. It was just like long hair extensions. Oops,
Yeah.
sorry, Sam. Sorry. Don't want to wake this beast.
No,
My goodness.
gotta obey the
Uh,
rules.
yeah, and then oh gosh, and then we had eye contacts that were crazy that didn't hurt. It was just really a strange feeling.
Yeah, Rochelle was
Uh,
saying she was having a bit of a hard time with her contacts.
Yeah, like it ain't comfortable.
Yeah.
It ain't comfortable, but it's like it's not, it's fine. Don't want to complain here. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so when we're in, and again, we're at North Shore Studios. This is not outside. This is
Yeah.
I
Which
hope
worked out
that's
for
not
you
a
guys.
disappointment. Yeah.
No.
And so Mike has it wasn't Sweet Dreams. It was not the song, like we didn't have that playing. We
Yeah.
had Peggy Lee's Fever in the morning. You know that?
Interesting. Yeah.
And so that's what we were listening to the whole time. Dun, 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 dun. And I have this big, like, I was a dancer before I started acting. And so, like, I was like doing jazz, tap, hip hop, lyrical jazz, ballet, all of that kind of stuff. So I'm all like, and all of a sudden I hear on that, like, this PA system, Mike's like, Monica, and this is the music is still going. So he's on this huge says, Monica, less dancing and more like animal, monster, werewolf. Yeah, like scary. And so I was like, oh, right.
You just got
Um,
caught up in the moment.
I think he kind of had to tell me twice and had to remind me to just be like, bleh, instead of,
Yeah.
sort of graceful per se. But anyway, I don't know if I really achieved it because I do, I've seen a couple shots where I'm like, anyway,
Do
but
you
it's, you know
know?
what? Yeah.
I was gonna say, do you know like why they ended up deciding to change the song instead of using that for the finished product? They ended up going with Sweet Dreams, or is that something that you're not sure of?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I'm not usually, I mean, typically the songs that are playing on set or whatever to get you in the mood, so to speak, for whatever you're filming, it's not typically the same song that they are playing on set that's in, the actual
Film, yeah.
um, film or television show. It's quite often not. So I'm not sure if Mike actually had uh,
Sweet Dreams, like,
Sweet Dreams already decided. That
yeah.
was probably in post. But then again, I'm not in his head.
Yeah.
His genius mind. He's hyper intelligent and just a good guy.
Yeah, and well, I mean, we've talked about several different scenes and moments, but is there
Mm.
anything else as far as just memories, favorite memories of working on Trick or Treat, whether it was filming any particular scenes or even if it was stuff behind the snes, hanging out with the cast and the crew?
I mean, there's so many things. So I worked with Brett Kelly on a film a few years prior to Trick or Treat. So I knew him as like a really young kid. Like he was a kid in this movie, but like even younger. And I knew his mom, and so that was really nice to chit chat, like in between scenes, and it just had this sort of familial feeling.
Yeah,
Um, I'd never worked with because Lauren's from Vancouver too, but I'd never worked with her before. Well, any of the gals, but um, it was fun. Well, obviously, it's my favorite scene to film was the werewolf transformation.
yeah.
Um, it was just like it was almost like out of body. Like it was like after we were done, I was like, "What did we?" I think we all collectively went, "What did we just do?" Like
What just
that was
happened? Yeah.
crazy. Like that was crazy. What are we doing? Um, for a living. No, it was fun, but like I think there's a fair amount of like channeling. If you believe in that I think actors simply do, right?
Yeah.
To just and then I think that's probably a feeling when you come out of something. It is kind of like what did I? So Yeah. Uh oh, another one. When we were getting ready in the Halloween store.
Yep.
That was fun with Quinn. Um he was so cute and obviously wise beyond his years. Uh
It's cool that he
it
got
was
to
just
play two roles.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I know. Like I don't even know I don't even know how old he was. But again, just um he did such an amazing job.
Yeah.
Like what kid his age would have been able to do what he did, you
Yeah.
know?
No,
Pretty awesome.
definitely pretty impressive. And we've kind of talked about it a little bit throughout the interview, but Mike, I mean, the guy, this was truly his baby, his passion
Yeah.
project. He's had been working on this thing for a while. So can you
Yeah.
just talk about the experience of having him as director and what kind of makes him stand out for you?
Well, yeah, going back to like, yeah, this Trick or Treat is his baby, his literal baby. It began with his time at NYU with, Season's Greetings, right? So that's where the idea was spawned. But I mean, to keep that going and make what he did happen, like actually, like come into actualization is, um, again, he's just a genius. Dare I say evil genius? No,
I
he's not
love that.
evil. But yeah, I mean, there was just a comfortability right off the bat, and he was very open to. It wasn't like I'm running the show,
Yeah.
like everyone. It
Collaborative.
was hugely collaborative, uh, and that just feels so good, right? It's like, well, what do you think? Well, and you don't always get to work with people who do that.
Yeah, I think, I mean, and that helps create some of the best moments when you guys are collaborative like that and just feeling open, being able to do, more with your characters. And as far as like the film goes, how have Trick or Treat fans, how have they continued to surprise you over the years with just the passion that they have for this film? We've talked about the growing fan base. It seems like every year more and more people are discovering the movie as well.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they are. I I am quite like almost moved by it, by the passion of the viewers, the fans, I guess, of Trick or Treat. I'm moved. I'm excited by it. By I'm tagged in some videos or people in their costumes, and I'm like in awe of the creativity, of the passion for the film, and the pure love of the film. And it's just, oh, I just got the shivers. Like it's like it just is a beautiful thing. And I just never expected this to happen. Yes, it was a disappointment when it didn't. It was supposed to have this theatrical release initially, and for whatever reasons, right? There's a few things that were going on. So it was a disappointment to everyone involved at first, but what's happened over the years is I would never could have imagined. And I think it was meant to be the way it unfolded.
Yeah.
And how fun is that? Like to have the film come back into theaters 20 years like after it initially came out, almost like a Rocky Horror Picture, right? It's
Yeah.
pretty cool. And I just really want to thank actually, yeah, the fans of Trick or Treat, anyone who comes to like, going out to the theaters today, anyone who has the old DVD,
Oh yeah.
putting it on in the comfort of your home and popping some popcorn and, enjoying, yeah,
Yeah.
the ride that it is. That's pretty cool. And I thank everyone for the love, you know.
Yeah, it started for me back when after I first saw it, I remember making my own little Sam before there was any kind of animatronics or anything. I got like a little, kid's orange footy pajama costume. I made the hat
That's so cute.
out of burlap and everything. So I have some photos somewhere of like the first Sam I made, and then he gradually evolved. Now we have like the animatronic that Spirit has, so I have that out in the yard. He's
Oh,
got his whole
fun.
sheet behind him, so yeah, it's been pretty cool to see like his
Woo!
evolution, just like with myself. But I
Mm.
mean, and then yeah, I've seen it a couple times in theaters because they had it this year, like in 4K with the new season Greetings in 4K, but it's been in theaters a couple other times too. So it's anytime that you can, I love experiencing prior films like that in theaters because I think it's the best way to experience it, up on the big screen if you can.
Yes, yes, yes. Always go to the theaters. That's just amazing.
Yeah. And for you, Monica, too, I know
Oh,
there's been, I mean, it's been talked about for a while now. We've got Trick or Treat 2. Mike said, he's been working on it. Sounds like, hopefully we'll get that soon. Do you have any ideas of what you would maybe like to see on it, just in general, I guess, as a fan? And then if you were to get asked to come back as your character or a different character, would that be something that you'd be up to doing?
oh, I'd be so happy to be a part of it. And I know Janet would be there with bells on.
Love
Um,
it.
I don't know. Maybe, the gals in our storyline, maybe they all have offspring at this point and
Yeah,
they are little mini werewolves themselves. I don't know.
that would be
And
fun.
see how, yeah, um, I think so.
Yeah.
But you never know. Yeah, I would love to be a part of of that legacy and the traditions and the storytelling of this particular little world,
There's so much
crazy
you can
world.
do with it too. I mean, because you
So much.
talking to Quinn and Rochelle, it's like you could go in the past because Sam think he's probably been around for forever. So it's like you can
Yeah.
go back in the past, do some vintage stuff. You could do modern day with all the social media technology, things like that. So there are
Oh,
endless
yeah.
possibilities.
That's so true. My gosh.
So I'm
Yeah. Like just
excited to
it's
see what we'll get.
well, yeah. It's gonna be from the mind of you know who, and it's
Yeah,
gonna be good.
I think
Yeah.
he'll deliver for sure. Well, Monica, to wrap
Yeah.
things up, is there anything else you would like to say just to everyone out there? And then where can people stay up to date with you moving forward?
I just again a big thank you. Straight from my heart to everyone watching and to you as well. Thank you, Pat. And yeah, I just hope you enjoy watching Trick or Treat and celebrating Halloween. Make sure you give candy out
Yep,
every
can't
year
forget that.
to the children. And oh, you can follow me. I think it's just Moneca Delain. It's just Instagram. Instagram is the best place for where I'm going to post what
Perfect.
I'm doing and what I'm up to, and my next project. So I'm
Sounds great.
excited. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Monica. It was
Thank you so
wonderful
much.
getting to chat with you today about the
Aw,
film. Can't wait to see what's next for you, and you're welcome back anytime in the future.
thank you so much. I really appreciated this. I love the questions. Hi, I'm Moneca Delain. I play Janet in Trick or Treat, and you're watching Pop Culture with Pat.